talkSPORT Darts Championship is back in partnership with Quick Fit. 3 times world darts champion Michael van Gerwen has pulled the names out of the hat. The draw is as follows. Jason Womblekundy takes on, the title holder, Dean the Storyteller Saunders. That's the first quarterfinal. Next up, Shaban Calmhander Hearn takes on Jamie the Chunk O'Hara. Could be an upset there. Darren the Truth Bent to my right, tournament favourite, takes on Natalie the Destroyer Sawyer. And Jermaine the Saint Pennant takes on the People's Champion, the Galford Andy Goldstein. We can look ahead now to the big day tomorrow with none other than the greatest 16 times champion of the darting world, the one, the only, Phil the Power Taylor. How are you, Sir Philip?
I'm great, thank you.
How lovely to see you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
It's so nice you're here, because I know you and Benty were having a little chat there in the break, but this time last year, or maybe a couple of weeks in advance, Benty and I went to the final of the World Darts. We were lucky enough to do our show there ahead of Humphreys v Littler. And Benty, he liked his darts, but he wasn't really. And that night, didn't stay for the final, right? He just shot.
Went home.
Right, went home. He went home, watched it on the telly, and throughout the final, when I was there, he was texting me, "Oh, this is unbelievable." And since then, I've never seen anyone as obsessed with the sport in 12 months as Benty.
Yeah,
It's now
gripped him now, isn't it?
It has. It's really got him.
He
You just
likes playing now.
We're all excited about the Darts World Championship.
Brilliant.
Before we talk about the Darts World Championship, right, and before we talk about the real PDC, one at Ali Pally, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can I ask how old you are now?
64.
60. You look great, if you don't mind me saying.
Thank you.
What are you doing with your world? Because I know you went on the seniors tour.
I don't do a great deal, really. Just a normal person now. Get up in the morning, get up. Normally I wake up about 4:30 because we go to bed about 8 o'clock. So I wake up about 4:30 and I put a film on.
Yeah.
I go on my little channel and I put a film on. Can you say Netflix?
You can say whatever you want. As long as it's not a swear word, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, so I go on there and I put a film on and I love it. And I put a series on. I'm into series. So I watch that till about 7:30. And Karen will go down, make a cup of coffee, put the eating on. I'm spoiled, I'm dead spoiled. And then about 9:30 I get up.
What do you miss playing darts? Do you play at all now?
Do I miss it? I don't know, believe it or not. I'm all right. I'm happy where I am. Yeah.
Are you picking up darts at all?
I haven't, no.
When was the last time you threw a dart?
About 2 years ago.
Never.
Do you watch it? Do you still like the Worlds are coming up?
I didn't watch it because I was playing all the time. I went a little bit off it, and then it was the same players I was watching before. Now I've become a fan again. I'm like you. I've become a fan.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying watching the darts now.
I always wonder, are you a football fan at all?
But I won't watch every game, if you know what I mean. Like football, I love football. I love boxing, I love golf.
Whenever I talk to footballers about the day they retire, they always tell me the story about how they knew. There was one moment in the game, I thought, I'm too slow, I can't do that, I needed to retire. When you were playing darts, was there a moment, maybe an out or a match, where you just thought, I'm too tired or I haven't got it anymore? Was there one moment you thought...
Yeah. It was, funny enough, I talked to Robbie's dad many years ago, and I said, Pete, how do you know when you're ready? He says, you'll just wake up one morning and think, you've had enough. I was at Blackpool, I was playing Terry Jenkins, and the crowd were a bit boisterous, and I turned around, I'm getting old, I was in my 50s, and I thought, I'm getting fed up with this, I'm getting ready for retire. And I still did about another 5 years, but you just one day you think, I've had enough. And I'll tell you where I had enough. I was in one of the Players' Championships, Barnsley, and we played this Saturday. We come back to the room, and I said to Bob, have you had a drink or anything today? He went, no. I said, come on, we're going. I'd had enough. I'd just gone, and that was me done then. And I'd set me thing then, me how can I say, my schedule to finish at the end of the year. And it was something like February, so played the Premier League and all that business. And that was the longest year of my life, honestly. When you're waiting for something, it's like waiting for Christmas.
I always wondered this in darts. Like when football, if you in your head go, do you know what, enough's enough, and you don't love it as much as you did, your performance will drop off completely. Is darts the same, where if you're just saying there, your last part, you're like, I can't wait for this?
Exactly the same. Exactly. It's like you've never been. I don't know about you, but it's like they'll put all these tournaments up what I've won and this, that, and the other, and I can't remember them. I can't, like, I was at somebody else. It's like you've never been there.
I'm the same, to be heard. My 1 League Cup unused sub medal. I'm the same.
Listen,
you were a good player.
He was annoyingly a great player.
Not as good as me, but you were good.
I want to talk to you about the PDC, the World Darts Final, Ali Pally, in just a moment. But just ever so quickly, we've got Owls tomorrow, live on H&J. There's 8 of us in it, as I read.
Who's favourite?
I think Benty's favourite.
I'm not the favourite. Dean Saunders is the favourite.
Defending champion.
Is he?
Yeah, he won it last year.
Can't get beat by a Welshman.
Oh, we beat me last year comfortably, but
Did he?
my only thing is last year, I'd never picked up a set of darts. This year I've been dedicated. Dedication's a big thing, yeah.
What advice, my question is, what advice would you give me, Benty, and the rest of the darters?
It's all about practising, obviously. Have you got the right dart? Whose dart have you got?
Where I went to a specialist and I threw about 150 darts, and these are the ones that felt nice in the hand.
That's what you got to do.
See,
because I used to buy them then. No, we couldn't do that. So you keep buying different sets of darts until you find the right one.
Yeah,
and that's what I did. I must have had 100 sets of darts myself.
Do you know the fun? Sorry, Andy. The crazy thing is, I don't know. I mean, it's probably not the same for you. Some days I'll be throwing, it's lovely, and other days horrific. Why is that?
No idea.
I don't think he had horrific days.
No, he wouldn't have. But at the start, even there must be a reason why. Some days everything flows.
Yeah. Sometimes you're not feeling, you've been under the weather, something like that. But what I used to do is, if I was playing like that, I'd just put them down for a bit. I used to do then is pick another set of darts up, not the ones you're playing with. Pick something else up and throw with them for about 10 minutes, and then pick the darts you play with. It's like putting your slippers back on.
See, this is what we need.
Little things like that. We need you in our corner tomorrow.
You think, I've missed you.
See, we need this.
How many hours a day were you practicing in your pomp?
Only a couple hours at the most, that was. But I used to practice serious. I'd play exactly how I would play in the World Final, because that's my mindset. So whatever my practice was, that's what I'd be like on stage.
Were you superstitious? Have you got any sets of darts from finals that you
kept? I used to give all my darts
away. I know you did. I know, front row, you just hand them over.
And I've had some people tap me on the shoulder over the years, big 6'4" or something, and they'll say, "Remember me?" I'm thinking, I hope I haven't upset you in the past. And I go, "No, why?" He says, "I was that little lad you give your darts to."
Wow.
I'm thinking, thank you, Lord.
Can I have it back?
I thought he was going to kill me.
I'll let you 50 quid.
No, it's lovely,
Of course it is, yeah. Let me get your view on the darts that's coming up, the proper darts. Yeah. You got Luke Humphries, defending champion. How highly do you rate him? I mean, him and Luke Littler have just been fantastic this season.
Yeah. And it's a shame they're both in the same half, really. You know what I mean? Because they can meet in the semi-final, and I wouldn't bet against it. I mean, if you can bet for them to get to the semis, I would put my money on it. And it'll be a great semi-final. So I think Gary Anderson's in the other half, so Gary could sneak through there. Michael's going to have a lot to say. Obviously, Michael Van Gerwen, he can play, as you know, so he'll be ready. And it's setting up for a great World Championships.
How do you feel Luke Littler's done? Because, I mean, the star dust that's been on him this entire season.
I love him to bits, honestly.
How do you think he's handled it well?
He hasn't bothered. He's with me a couple of weeks ago, and he's eating his dinner and he's on his phone and and then all of a sudden he's run out. He's like this. He's just a normal teenager and he just doesn't. And he's not bothered about money, which is a great thing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, once they start earning good money, then they want to go out and spend it, buy flash cars and Rolexes and things like this. And he isn't bothered. He got a new control for his PlayStation or whatever.
It was solid gold though.
Yeah.
Have you ever played him at all?
I haven't, no. Practice with him.
Yeah.
I've had to throw with him, but no.
Let me ask you this. I'm good friends with Stephen Hendry. Of course, he's won 7 world titles, and there's now Ronnie's won 7.
Yes.
And it's not a secret that he wouldn't be happy if Ronnie won 8.
No.
Okay. You've got 16. Littler's got none. Is there a part of you that thinks one day he may overtake that? And if does that worry you?
No, not one. No.
Would it annoy you?
No, because he keeps me in the limelight.
Yeah,
I've had more publicity since Luke Littler's come on the scene than I've ever had when I was winning it. Believe it or not, every time I pick the Google News up, I'm on there. I'm giving Luke advice. I mean, what did I read today? That Phil Taylor's advised Luke Littler not to go into the sports personality. I didn't even know he was in the sports personality.
Where's that story come from?
It's in the news that he's in the sports personality for the young players.
That's right.
So it's in some paper that I advised him not to be in it.
But you haven't?
No.
Okay.
I would advise him not to go in it.
Right.
I'll be honest. Look, there's £500,000 on the table. I wouldn't do anything. You know what I mean? I'd just do a video and say thank you very much if I win. And
focus.
Yeah, £500,000. But it isn't just the £500,000. It's the publicity he'll get, which he doesn't need at the minute, and it's also your spin-offs. And so also, that £500,000 could turn into £2 million. Probably.
And also, I sort of feel there's a huge weight around his neck on that first world title because everyone talks about it. And
the first round for everybody is going to be a dodgy one.
Yeah,
it always is. And also with the World Championships, it's not just about footballs. Will be the same. You come into the middle of winter. There's all kinds of bugs flying about, and illnesses and flus and whatever. It makes sure you don't get laid up. Well, you call it laid up in Stoke. Make sure you don't get any, catch any colds or flus or whatever. So that can knock you back.
I've got to let you go because you've been in 15 minutes. And
Thank you very much.
To the news. Thank you for coming in. Give me one name. Who's going to be World Darts Championship?
I'm going to go for Luke Littler.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
All the countries.
It's always it's always a pleasure and an honour seeing you. You look really good. Thanks for coming in. Let me remind everyone, don't forget, of course, you can hear all the action from Ali Pally this Christmas across the talkSPORT network. That starts on the 15th of December. And, of course, more importantly, remember to tune in, or you can even watch the whole talkSPORT Darts World Championship. It's live tomorrow on talkSPORT's YouTube channel with all the action kicking off in H&J from 1 p.m. And the final will be with us, with me and Benji. Hopefully it'll be one of us as well in that final. That's from Drive from 4 p.m. thanks to Quick Fit.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.